It's 15 days until the first official English debate.
I'm in Charlottetown, where hopeful Jean Charest is going to hold a meet and greet with party faithful. Now, this former federal cabinet minister and provincial premier says he is the underdog in this race. Let's go meet him.
I used to say, I'm not good at winning polls. I'm better at winning elections.
Would you say the current Conservative Party would still be progressive?
You will get within the party a variation, but I think it is a forward-looking party. But the thing we're yearning for now, I think, and what I'm calling for, is that we be a national party.
For the next Prime Minister of Canada, Jean Charest.
Polls show the former Quebec premier is a major competitor in this race. He has good support in his home province and here in the Atlantic, in part because of his desire to lead a moderate Conservative Party.
And so the choice is whether we're going to remain Canadian or whether we're going to go down another route that frankly isn't for Canada.
When you're talking about the American-style politics, are you comparing Pierre Poilievre to a Donald Trump style of politics? Am I accurate in saying that?
Well, and we're not trying to associate any of the candidates with anyone else. I'm just saying the style that we want to bring and what we want to bring to politics in Canada is not a policy or an approach of division.
The next day, we joined up with a group of friends who attended the event for coffee and conversation.
What do you think the soul of the Conservative Party is now?
Well, I think the party has to be generally in the center.
That's part of it, but the other thing is the direction of the party seems to be, there's danger of shifting too far to the right for my liking.
Leadership has to pull the party together, and you can't win unless you have a united party.
It's clear those fellas want to see more progressive in the Conservative Party. It's 12 days until the first debate. I'm here in Pickering, where hopeful Pierre Poilievre is holding a rally. Now, if Jean Charest considers himself the underdog, Poilievre is being described as the frontrunner, and I'm going to show you why.
Hey, put on a good show, eh?
Poilievre consistently fills the room with hundreds of supporters. He has the biggest backing in the caucus, and polls show he is the preferred choice among party supporters. And he's also drawing new voters with anti-establishment messaging that opposes the conventional social, political, and economic views.
You lost your job and your livelihood, and then you went for the first time ever to Parliament Hill because, like most truckers, you don't protest much of anything. You're too busy working to protest. And then to have your Prime Minister and your other Liberals like Jean Charest call you a criminal for having exercised your democratic right of freedom of expression.
Many here feel they have lost control of their lives, that the government has been telling them what to do for the past 2 years. Get a vaccine, wear a mask, stay at home.
So why am I running for Prime Minister? I'm running for Prime Minister to put you back in charge of your life by making Canada the freest nation on earth.
The biggest cheer of the night always comes from this line.
And I just thought of another way to save $1 billion. We're going to defund the CBC.
CBC is bought and paid for by the Liberals. So I think that's probably why most people are like a little leery of them, because we know, we're not stupid, we know.
But you do know that we're not told what to do by the government.
Oh, indeed you are, my sweetie.
My ideals of what.
After that, one person in the crowd came up to say this.
I don't think that was representative, but I've heard it enough that I've had enough. So I'm leaving. And I have been a person that I've supported Pierre. But from what I've seen so far, I'm pretty disappointed.
Will you still support him?
I'm not sure about that.
Most here connected with Poilievre's message.
Just the fact he's about freedom. Freedom of rights, freedom of expression, freedom of everything.
The most important thing at these rallies is signing up members, because it's the members who vote for the leader. Look at this huge long lineup of people waiting to get a photograph with Mr. Poilievre. They have people walking around with clipboards, you see here, signing up those members. And then on the wall, there's a QR code where you can put your phone up, you scan that, and then you sign in as a member. What inspired you to sign up for a membership?
I've been following Pierre for a while now, and I would say just it's all about freedom of Canada. Canada has changed since Trudeau has become a leader, and Canadians, a lot of us aren't liking it. We've got all these mandates that haven't been dropped.
In this room, people are frustrated, and they feel Mr. Poilievre is listening to their concerns, and they don't want their parents' Conservative Party. It's 11 days until the debate, and I'm here in Kitchener where Patrick Brown is meeting with the locals. Now, he says he isn't solely focusing on the existing membership. He's really going out there signing up new members, in particular from diverse communities.
Well, when I look at the Conservative Party today, it doesn't reflect the country. And Canada is a mosaic of peoples and cultures and faiths. And where the party has historically struggled are in the most diverse areas of the country. And so I look at areas they've been unable to break through, the Greater Toronto area, Vancouver, Montreal. There's a lot of work to do. And so I've been taking my message to those communities.
Today, he took his message to this iftar.
Nothing better during iftar than kebabs, right? Mm-hmm.
The evening meal where Muslims end their daily Ramadan fast at sunset.
And the only way to win is to build a sustainable Conservative coalition that is multicultural, multi-faith, and is real infrastructure in every corner of the country.
Brown doesn't have a large number of the caucus supporting him or big-name endorsements. He says he's been working the phones and holding events from 7 a.m. to midnight every day, reaching out to new potential supporters. Would you say this will be a defining moment for the soul of the Conservative Party?
I do believe this is a fight for the soul of the Conservative Party. There are very different perspectives and styles in terms of leadership.
Would you consider yourself more centrist?
I like to call myself a kitchen table conservative, which means I'm going to listen to the concerns of hardworking Canadians where there's challenges and struggles.
So I also know like a lot of previous governments, they just kind of follow suit with whatever America is doing with foreign policies. Do you plan to be different?
No, I want to be thoughtful, independent Canadian foreign policy.
What attracts you to Mr. Brown?
More centrist. I think his policies are more in tune with the majority of Canadians as opposed to pandering to this extreme or that extreme.
Why do you think it was important to come out here this evening?
He talked about going from kitchen table to kitchen table and talking to the immigrant families and how he will be there for them. I think that pretty much sells him for me.
Expect these ideas to clash at the first official debate where Conservatives will be able to see and decide what shade of blue they want their future party to be. Hannah Thibedeau, CBC News, Ottawa.